What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So I know it's been a month since my last video post, but it hasn't been due to lack of effort on my behalf. I've ran into some issues with the Civic, so let me explain what's going on. My first initial attempt at starting it, all I got was a solid check engine light, no fuel pump priming, so obviously it wasn't starting. Did some basic electrical checks, making sure the harness was good, PHMFI relay was good, all that checked out. So that basically led me to believe that the ECM was bad. So I sent out the ECU to a repair facility to get checked. Turns out all the capacitors on the ECU was bad. So I had them all repaired, had the ECU shipped back to me. Plugged it in, no problem. Check engine light was off, fuel pump was priming. Went to go ahead and try to start it, noticed that my map sensor was stuck at -26. So basically out of the box, this brand new 3-bar map sensor was bad. So ordered up a replacement, finally got it, the map sensor readings correct, got it started, but there was a huge vacuum leak. Checked the intake manifold, throttle body, all of it was good. Turns out the IAC valve, which is the idle air control valve, was stuck open all the time, causing a massive vacuum leak. So what I ended up doing was plugging up the IAC valve and disabling it in the Hondata S300. So right now we're actually at a point to where we could go ahead and start it up and actually start trying to do some tuning, a decent bass tune. That way we can maybe do a little driving on the street, maybe a little two-step for you guys. And then we'll take it to the dyno and finally get it really tuned. But the goal for today's video is just to get a nice basic tune in it, maybe drop it on the ground, maybe go around the block. I don't know, we'll see. But let's go ahead and get started. All right, in the car, I got the computer hooked up. Let's go ahead and give it a start. Try to set up some of these tables. I'm going to go ahead and record it on the computer too, so you guys can see it, both me talking and actually the screen at the same time. Disable the O2 sensor, upload it, go back to this table, Control L to clear it. So I made some adjustments to the map, so it's not running super rich anymore at idle and free revving it. I used the overlay option where it shows the target airfield ratio and how far off you are from that percentage. And I made the corrections there. The rest of it probably needs to be done while driving under load. I'll be honest with you guys, this is one of my first time doing any real tuning on a vehicle. So I'm learning right now, so I'm probably not the best to be giving suggestions right now, but I did watch a couple of YouTube videos on it, so that should make me a professional, right? But so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the trying to adjust the tune, just free revving it, and try to get this car down on the ground. But I ended up picking up some new wheels and tires for it, so we're going to go ahead and get those installed. But let me show you what I ended up picking up. So I ended up picking up some Koenig helium 15-inch wheels, bronze obviously, and some Federal tires, the RS RR tires. So they should be a nice little combo for it. Super light setup. I'm gonna go ahead and get it on the car and drop it down. Oh, another thing I noticed, got myself a little oil leak. It's coming from the oil filter sandwich right there, where I have it between the oil filter and the block, so I can add the oil feed line for the turbo and the oil pressure sensor, and it seems to be leaking for the oil line. I already took it off and put some sealant on it and put it back on. It's still leaking, so it might just be a bad sandwich, so I'll probably have to go ahead and replace that. But it shouldn't affect us being able to try to maybe drive it around the block. It's not too bad of a leak, but it is something I need to fix. So let's go ahead and get these tires on. It's been a long time coming, but she's finally on the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and start her up, and let's maybe take her around the block and see how she does. Honestly, I'm surprised on how good it's driving right out of the gate. Obviously, it needs a whole lot of tuning, but I mean, it's under boost, it's running rich, which is awesome. It's better than running lean. I haven't really messed around with the ignition table, so that's why I'm not getting too hard on it. But I'm absolutely stoked. I'm so happy with it right now. I tell you. I'm sure my neighbors are loving me right now running open exhaust. But hey. So since we're in the car and we had a successful first drive, let's go ahead and see if we can set up a two-step on it. So the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to have it hooked up to the brake switch, because I actually hooked up the windshield wipers to the brake switch so I can actually do rolling anti-lag. So all I have to do is pull back on the windshield wiper switch to activate the brake switch. So we'll go ahead and let's turn it on. Let's upload it. So all I have to do is pull on the switch, rev it up. Awesome. Well, I know you guys want to see this thing shooting flames and popping and banging, but until this thing's fully tuned, I'm going to keep it really safe. I don't want to blow up the engine before I actually enjoy driving this vehicle. What I'm going to take today as a win. Got the Civic down on the ground, driving under its own power. Nothing broke. Got a slight oil leak to fix, but overall, super successful day. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. If you guys haven't, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you can follow along with the Civic build, the 48 Ford, and the burnout truck. And speaking of the burnout truck, next video will be on that. So make sure to stay tuned. And as always, I appreciate you guys checking out these videos, and I'll see you next time.